Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessica. If you are new here, welcome. I am so happy to have you. I'd love if you'd hit that subscribe button before leaving so you don't miss any of my future videos. Okay, so today's video is going to be all about drugstore makeup. I'm just specializing it around Maybelline today. It was not sponsored in any way. I purchased all the products that I'm using, but I know that I generally tend to use a lot of high-end makeup, and I wanted to make some videos that had some drugstore options as well. So I have Maybelline foundation, I have Maybelline setting powder, blush, eyeliner, mascara, and lipstick. I think that's everything. The only thing I do not have is I do not have Maybelline eyeshadow. So we're gonna go with something else for that. But let's go ahead and get started. One of the foundations that I love by Maybelline is the Maybelline Dream Cushion Foundation. I've used this in other videos. It gives medium coverage, like kind of light to medium, more in the medium. But I absolutely love this foundation. It looks beautiful on the skin. It's really easy to use. And it comes with a mirror. Oh, you can kind of see my Christmas lights I put up. It comes with the little applicator. I don't use these. One of the things that I do is because of it being a cushion, I don't want it to dry out, so I keep this on it at all times. It's kind of messy because I just flipped the piece inside here. So if you feel like your foundation is starting to dry out, flip the sponge, and there's usually a lot more on the other side, so do that a couple of times. So let's go ahead. I already dampened my Real Technique sponge, so I'm just gonna press it right into there and then just put it right onto my skin. But you can see it is a very good shade match. I have fair porcelain skin tone with pink undertones and combination skin. This is in the shade Porcelain, and it goes really, really pretty. It lasts all day on my skin. The only place that I might have it wear off is on my nose, but that's kind of typical with any type of foundation on me because of my allergies. Constantly touching my nose. So I have it come off there, but otherwise it sets really, really nicely all day long. I put it on about 6 o'clock in the morning, and I don't take my makeup off until about 9 or 10 o'clock at night on days that I'm teaching. So that's a pretty long wear time. But it looks absolutely beautiful on the skin, and it's so quick and easy to use. I've tried it with the brush, but I personally like the sponge better, the way that it sits. It looks more natural to me and more flawless, kind of like airbrushed. Okay, so this is just the Maybelline foundation. I did a whole video on the foundation. I think I compared it to the Wet n Wild one, which I absolutely love too. That one's more of a lighter coverage though than the Maybelline, but both of them are beautiful. So you can watch that video if you want to see those in detail. But this is the foundation. It's so, so pretty. I highly recommend it. Okay, and then the only thing that I don't have Maybelline is I don't have any eyeshadow. So I'm gonna go in with my single Buxom eyeshadow color, my favorite, which is Satin Seduction. It is this beautiful, like, pearlized white color, kind of off-white. It does not show up really, really shimmery on the eyes, but it does give a little bit of a glow. It kind of reminds me of almost like putting a highlighter, but on my eyes. It gives kind of the same effect as a cheek highlighter. So I like it because it works really well as a brow highlight too, and a good base for my eyeshadow colors. I can't tell you how many of these I purchased. This is probably like my 5th or 6th one of this single shadow. I always go back to this shadow. Okay, and then since I don't have Maybelline eyeshadow, I just pulled out my Naked 2 Basics palette. It also has a mirror on it. Unfortunately though, I dropped it, so I lost my lightest color, which is the one I used to put all over my lids. But one of the things I love about this palette is that it's small enough to travel with, but it also gives you a look that you need for day or night. And you can use this for your eyeliner if you don't want to use eyeliner. So it gives a really good option. They're all matte shades and they're cool tone. So I'm going to use my dual end brush. I got this out of my Urban Decay palette that I don't have anymore, but I still use the brush all the time. So I'm gonna go in with the shade Cover. And I'm gonna go about halfway in. And then I'm gonna drag it up into my crease to kind of give like that halo and kind of pull my eye up because I have very small eyes. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. I'm gonna go about halfway in. And then I'm gonna drag what's left up. This gives you a natural kind of looking shadow to make your crease area more defined. That side's definitely darker, so let me build this side up a little bit more. It's a little bit more even. Okay, and then I'm gonna go with the color Frisk. I'm gonna go in with my fluffy end, and I'm gonna kind of swirl, because I wanna blend together that crease color and then the highlight color that I put on the bottom, so it's not such a harsh transition line. Do the same thing on this side. Side's still a little bit darker, so I'm gonna try to deepen this side to make it look more similar. That's better. Okay, the only thing I notice about this palette is it does give a little bit of fallout, but to me that's not such a big deal. I just get a big fluffy brush that's clean and I just swipe away whatever fell down while I was doing that. All right, and then generally I don't wear mascara like on a, not mascara, I don't wear eyeliner on an everyday basis, but I really do, if I wear eyeliner, I really do like the Maybelline Unstoppable eyeliner. It holds up really well, it's very creamy, it's easy to put on. So I just start kind of halfway into my eye and I drag it out to my corner. I do this more at nighttime if we're going out somewhere, but on a daily basis I find that I don't generally use eyeliner, or if I do, I just use the eyeshadow palette, one of the darker colors. But if you're looking for a good eyeliner that stays put, it doesn't bleed down or anywhere, and it's super easy to put on, it doesn't drag on your eyelids, this one is really good. And then I'm going to go underneath, and I'm going to start at the outer corner, and I'm going to bring it in about, not exactly halfway, but I'm kind of going to let it fade as I bring it in. I don't want to carry it all the way over because then it makes my eyes look really small. So I don't want to do the whole bottom. I just want to bring it in and kind of let it fade as I go in. Okay, I kind of took off some of my foundation there. And I just kind of pat back under to take off any of the part that fell down. Okay, and then one of the things that I do find that also helps your any type of eyeliner to last longer is to take your angled brush and to just go over it in a, I like to lighten it up because I don't like it as dark, so I'm gonna go in with Frisk, and I'm just gonna go right over it, and it helps it to stay in place, it helps it not to move, and it also lightens it just a tad bit so it doesn't look as harsh. Okay, then I'm going to go in and I'm going to set my foundation. So I have not used this before, but I heard a lot of great things about this setting powder. I have it in 05 Fair. It's the Maybelline Fit Me powder. They have different shades. So let's go ahead and see what we think. Ooh, I just got a whole bunch out. So I'm not going to need all of that. It has a little base for you to pour it out. That's actually quite a bit. But I'm going to use my big fluffy brush. This one is the e.l.f. Total Face Brush. I'm just gonna dip it in here, kind of tap off any excess, and then I'm just gonna pat it right into my skin because you don't want to wipe away any of your foundation. All right, so let's just do that all over. It actually seems to be making my foundation look a little bit lighter. I could have maybe gone with a slightly darker shade. wow, but my face looks very smooth with this powder. It looks like I have no imperfections on my cheeks whatsoever. It had like a very smoothing effect. It looks super pretty in person. So I really, really like this. I could probably warm it up with a bronzer if I had one, but I don't have a Maybelline bronzer to use today. But it looks so, so pretty. I think it did lighten it a little bit, but I think it's probably because I picked up a shade too light in the powder. I always go for the lightest shade since I'm so fair, but I think in this case, I probably could have went up one shade. In person though, it looks good in person compared to in the camera. In person, it looks more like my natural skin color. In the camera, I kind of look like it lightened it. So in person, I really like it. Okay, when I was in the drugstore, I didn't even realize I picked up number 15, does it have another name? Nude. Maybelline Fit Me blush to try, and I got home and I have not even tried this yet, but I realized something. This looks almost exactly like the same color as my Bobbi Brown blush that I use that everybody always comments on that they love, but they don't want to spend it. I have it right here. But I just want to show you, I think that it might be an awesome dupe if it goes on as well. Here's the Bobbi Brown brush, and let me open up this one. I probably should have opened it up before the movie. Okay, and here is this one. So let me hold them both up. But they look, this one looks a little bit darker. It looks like if this looks as pretty as this one on my cheeks, it's gonna be like a super good dupe, because Bobbi Brown, I wanna say, is like, I think this is like $35 or somewhere in there. And then this is only like, I don't know, under 10 or something. But I know a lot of people comment when I wear this blush that they absolutely love the color on my skin, and it's one of my favorite, as you can tell. So I'm really excited because I didn't even realize that I think I might have found a dupe for my favorite Bobbi Brown blush. So let's go ahead and see. I'm just gonna go in with my angled e.l.f. brush. This is actually the bronzing brush, but I love that it's angled. So let's see what this looks like. It's pretty. Okay, so the color is very similar to the Bobbi Brown brush, but I will say it does not have as much pigmentation as the Bobbi Brown brush. I'm gonna have to build it up to get that same color, but for the price point, to get the same color and effect and just have to use like 3 coats, to me is well worth the price. Because I really like the Bobbi Brown. You just dip your brush in and it's like, boom, there's color. It's a beautiful blush. This is going on silky smooth, and it looks exactly like, hey, it looks exactly like my Bobbi Brown brush. I'm so excited. So I'm really excited because this is like not even like a third of the cost. And I didn't even realize that I picked that up. But I'm super excited because it looks just like my Bobbi Brown brush. This is with 3 coats of it on, but it just looks beautiful. So I'm so excited because if they ever stop making this, which you know how companies like to do, or I don't want to pay the price point, this is a really good match. So I'm super excited. Okay, let's go ahead and do my eyelashes. I like to curl them to give them a little bit of a uplift before I put on my mascara. If you have long lashes or curly lashes, you could skip this part. All right, and then I've really been loving the Maybelline Total Temptation mascara. I just want to show you the difference between my eyelashes. This, you can just tell how it elongates and it separates. It does not get at all clumpy. And this is actually towards the end of this bottle. And you would never know it because normally at the end you start getting clumps of mascara, and I have not gotten any clumps of mascara with this brand. So I am absolutely loving this mascara. And I know I need to go out and purchase another one, but it looks so, so pretty, and it does a great job. One of the things I love about it, if you've been watching my channel, is since I'm a teacher, I love the way Lash Paradise looks, but it would flake on me for some reason. And during the day, it's really not fun trying to pull out pieces of mascara out of your eye while you're teaching. So I looked for something else, and I was super impressed with the way that this looks. So this is 2 coats of it. Okay, and I'm not going to do anything to my brows because I want to keep everything Maybelline, but also because I've been using a brow conditioner, and I've talked about in my other videos how it's done a really great job of filling in my natural hairs. It's Brow Vow by Benefit, and I honestly was very skeptical it would do anything, but I don't do much with my brows. Sometimes I'll add a little bit of color, but it's not Maybelline, so I'm not going to use it. This is Maybelline lipstick in Romantic Rose, number 450. I did a video on this lipstick because it is a good dupe also for the Urban Decay Vice Lipstick Morning After. This one's a little bit more pink than that one, but it's so close. If you watch the video that I did on that, you can't even tell the difference between the two sides of my lips of if I'm wearing the Urban Decay or if I'm wearing the Maybelline version. But the only thing I'll have to say is that the Urban Decay is a lot softer on the lips, so I definitely prefer that formula. But this one, for the price that it is also moisturizing on your lips. It's not like drying or anything, and it does a great job. So if I'm using it to teach, since I'm gonna have to reapply anyway, I go for the Maybelline, and I generally save like my Urban Decay one for like nights out or a special occasion because that one's a lot more expensive. So here is a final look minus the eyeshadow using all Drugstore makeup, and it is all Maybelline. So I hope to add some more videos on different drugstore products if that's something that you like to watch. Please continue to watch my videos. I super appreciate all your support, and I hope you have a wonderful day.